So today I'm going to talk about the way you can actually attain the maximum reward of actually reading the Quran and studying the Quran, etc. Inshallah, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So the first thing that you need to understand is that just by reading the Quran is not sufficient, it's not enough. Just by reading it, it's not, the most important thing about reading the Quran is understanding each word. What each word that you're reading, you need to understand what you're reading, what each word means, what is the core message of the ayah, what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying here, what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want me to do here. So that is really important to understand. It involves knowing the tafsir of the Quran, and as I've mentioned in previous videos and that I'm doing a series on the thematic tafsir of the Quran, which gives you a broad overview of what each juz means, the surahs within it, speaking a bit about them. So when you are reading these juz of the Quran, as mentioned in the previous video, then inshallah you'll be able to understand what you're reading, and understanding each word is really important. In the previous video I spoke about the best app that you can use for the Quran, so make sure to check out that video so you can find out what will help you in learning the Quran, the app, the website that you can use, as well as knowing how much you need to read. And to be able to master the Quran, it involves you understanding the themes of the surah. What are the things that all of the ayat of the surah are connected with? If you can understand the theme of the surah, it can help you to link those ayahs together. For example, in Surah Al-Mulk, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is establishing His sovereignty over the entire creation. If you understand that to be the theme of the surah, it will give you a great foundation to build upon while we are going through the tafsir of that surah as well. So the first step is to read the entire surah. Ask yourself, what is the main message that Allah is trying to tell me? You may be able to get the hint of the theme of the surah by its name. So Surah Al-Mulk, dominion, the sovereignty of Allah over His creation, that's what it means. Try to understand every single word. Try to understand the connections between the ayahs, and see, the most important thing is implementing what you're learning from these surahs as well. So if it tells you that you should give in charity, you should do that. If it's telling you that this is sinful and you should stay away from it, as this is what the punishment is, you must stay away from that, because having the knowledge is not sufficient. It needs to be turned into actions for you to get the reward, and to be able to stay away from sin and attain reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the correct intention. And through understanding that, inshallah, you'll be able to attain the maximum reward of reading the Quran, understanding each word. Inshallah, there's another video which will even help you to get further, maximum reward. And through this, you'll be able to get khushu, the sweetness in your prayer. You'll be able to get it if you understand what each word of that surah means, or of the ayat, and understand what the theme is. What is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling me here, and reflecting on your own life. Does this apply to me? Am I doing this sin right now? Am I doing this good deed? If I am, that's great. If I'm not doing this, I should do this. So yeah, hope this makes sense. I'll leave it here. Fi manillah wa sallallahu wa baraka ala nabina Muhammad. Astaghfirullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.